Last year was a horrible year for me. I laugh because usually the even numbers are great years for me, and the odd numbers are just really odd. But I say that to say, like, you may lose sight of who you are, but you don't lose sight of how you are, if that makes sense. So, like, I talked to him more than I talked to his wife because he answered the phone. Okay, I'm gonna say that. So shout out to you, Mrs. Nobody. You need to answer the phone.
Yep.
Baby hate camo. Last baby like camo. This baby like no more camo. It's like, I don't like camo. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Sports. I am your host, Duality, and we have
Mr. Nobody.
Welcome back, Mr. Nobody, even though this is your home, Welcome back to the podcast. So, we got some topics today. But before we go back into the topics, did you remember that thing before? It's called the Righteous Recall?
Yes.
Yeah. So, were you right about the Super Bowl prediction you had?
I was.
You was?
Pretty sure I was.
You sure you want me to play the clip? Because I played the clip for the people.
Oh, I think I was wrong.
Okay, I was about to say.
Because I think I said because of the whole Stephon Diggs, Cardi B, they were going to be the ones that the public wanted to win. Right. But the Seahawks should be the ones who win.
Okay, I think you were right. But I must laugh because, hilariously enough, y'all, Cardi B, and again, I don't follow drama. My boyfriend knows more about the stuff. And he'll be like, did you see this? I'm like, no, I didn't. Apparently, Cardi B and Stephon Diggs unfollowed each other. I don't know if they still together. I just think no losers in this house. It's kind of how my boyfriend was raised, so it makes me laugh that's how,
Hey, well, allegedly, they broke up right after the Super Bowl. Allegedly.
Ooh, that's kind of sad.
Remember when I said that the NFL, maybe not the NFL, but the court system basically said, hey, we're not going to start his case until after the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Is where all of this came from. So he may be cooked. We going to see. So TBD on Stephon Diggs. I wish you the best, but he may be cooked. You just got to keep your hands to yourself, bro.
If y'all don't know about cooked, that mean they done. That's how the youngins talk now. And it's like, you done. You out of here,
Also,
chopped.
Keep your hands to yourself, folks.
Yeah, like what Mr. Nobody said. If you don't have words and you can't be smart with your mouth, then be smart with your mind. Just leave. It's easier to not get into fights and so on and so forth because you never know what people are going through and the capacity of the things that they go through. But I'm going to actually pass it over to Mr. Nobody. He's going to give us our topics for today. And
All right, so what we got, we're going to hit a little bit of March Madness. And when I say a little bit, just a little bit. We're going to talk about Lions free agency and then a very little sample size of the draft.
Okay.
But within there, I also have my own hot take, which I think would be a great free agent signing that no one is talking about. So I know in this industry, in this world, everyone has to have a hot take, but I think this might be the hottest.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you take it away.
All right. So, regarding March Madness.
Yes.
All we're going to say is shout out to Michigan and Michigan State. They making it to the Sweet 16. Congrats to you guys. Top teams in the league, man. Those guys been balling. Hey, so let's prayers out to those guys. They just continue to hold it down. That's about it. That's all I can tell you. Sorry.
I asked him, like, do you watch March Madness? He's like, no, I don't really watch college. I was like, why? It's like, I was like, okay, cool.
It's a lot of teams, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of teams. So that's the only reason. So shout out to those guys. I know when you're in Michigan, you're forced to pick a school, either Michigan, Michigan State, or maybe some of the other smaller colleges. I don't care. Whoever is good at that time, I watch them both. I like maize and blue. I like green and white.
I don't understand. Like people be so wild about that. Like, are you State? I'm like, I have friends that went to both, so it doesn't matter. I think that now, if you're an Ohio fan, that's when we have issues because I'm going to say this. I've dated 2 men from Ohio. They both were basuta, which is trash in Spanish. And there was that one time I watched, it was a college football thing with Michigan. There was a fight and he went outside and he came back. He was like, what happened? I was like, I don't know. It was a whole bunch of fighting and it was just bad. But enough of that. Enough of the college.
It didn't work out from there because they was from Ohio, but I digress. Fun fact though, go back to maize and blue. Maize is actually one of the primary colors of my brand. So fun fact. Right on the chest. So shout out to Michigan.
Look at it. Shout out to Michigan. There you go. And then Mr. Nobody. So then what's our next topic you said we were going to talk about?
All right. So we're going to do a little quick Lions free agent recap. So there's a couple of moves that they made that Lions have not made any splash moves. We all know this. Cade Mays is their center. I think that was a great signing because he was the best available outside of the center that came from the Ravens. I think from the price point, they paid him correctly. It's not a high dollar contract. I think it's worth up to $25 million. That's perfect when you're trying to rebuild a team. And I think the one thing that people are forgetting to put in perspective, when you draft as well as Brad Holmes draft and you re-sign your own guys, there's not a lot of money to go around. So now you have to go for some of these respectfully bottom tier guys, second level guys, third level guys.
Well, for my brain, I mean, they didn't get to be drafted because they aren't good. That's how I would think about it. And then secondly, as you explained, there's a pot of money, just like in a corporation,
Yep.
for raises, for instance, y'all. Like, again, I'm talking to y'all normal. If there's $100,000 and you got to split that between 10 folks and it should be 20 folks and 10 of them performed, who do you think getting $100,000? There's money to go around, but the rookies, I mean, I've watched a lot of TV shows and so on and so forth. Y'all ain't getting a lot of money. So 25K, it should be 25 million. It's a lot of money, go a long way, but I don't believe that players make that from just there. They make it from the endorsements, they make it from the deals, they make it from like a whole, and we didn't talk about the NFL before and how.
Oh, absolutely. Major business,
money.
man.
Lord.
That might be the biggest bit. Well, outside of oil, it might be one of the biggest businesses in the world.
Y'all listen to this to nobody because he be knowing things.
So, you know, Cade Mays, love that signing. He is going to be the center of the future. He was trending upwards. So I love that. I'm going to leave this one for the last take.
Okay.
Audra McCreary, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name.
And if it isn't, it doesn't matter. You get it. We'll put a picture up of the man.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Titans. Then last year he was traded to the Rams.
Okay.
He didn't do what he normally does with the Rams. But I'm telling you guys now, that is probably going to be, besides Cade Mays, that's probably going to be the best signing because he's a true nickelback. So a nickelback means essentially he's almost the center of the field guy. He's the guy that typically follows anyone that crosses the field. So anything like maybe a tight end
Gotcha.
or maybe the crossing routes. So in perspective, Amon-Ra St. Brown is the slot receiver.
That's my guy.
St. Brown. So Amon-Ra St. Brown is a slot receiver.
Okay.
So the nickelback typically will follow that slot receiver.
Text him. Make sure he don't get hurt.
Yeah.
I like you already, guy. I don't know, remember your name. Nickelback, you know, I'm going to call you like, there's a song from Nickelback. I can't remember it right now. But I like you, guy.
Yeah.
So he just explained something to me. So, you know, I might get your jersey eventually.
Well,
I said eventually.
I have a rule, and this rule has not failed me.
Okay, I'm listening to it.
My rule is I do not get a player's jersey until their second contract.
I'm going to wait till the third because, you know, I got to save the munions. And I know they might not get a third. That's even better. You know, I like your rules. So I'm going to try, you know, the duality me. I'm going to tell y'all this. If Amon-Ra ever gets switched to a different team, guess who's still going to Lions gear and everything with that? Me.
I think that's okay for Amon-Ra. I think he's rooted himself in the Lions culture enough that if he ever left, I hope he doesn't, we can still wear his jersey. But one person I did break the contract, but it was a Christmas gift.
I mean, that's different.
I said the contract. I'm sorry, guys. I broke my rule. Brian Branch. I had to have a Brian Branch jersey because he is, to me, the best, like, safety in the league, period.
So, like, you know, I have a Sanders, Barry Sanders, like, military, you know, the white camo one. I had to get that one, you know? I don't have a lot of jerseys. Actually, I have 4. I plan on getting one more. They have, like, the green and black one of same round, or green and the camo one.
Yep.
Baby hate camo. Last baby like camo. This baby like no more camo. It's like, I don't like camo.
Salute to the troops, man.
Yeah, there, you know, but that's the thing with this whole branding stuff. They be taking y'all money, and they say y'all because it's not gonna be me. Like, I bought a whole bunch of Lions stuff, and some of the stuff was quality, and then some of the stuff was Basuta. And then I'm gonna say this: I was at the Costco earlier. Shout out to the Nobody's brand. We are wearing it again. The link will be in the bio of his page. He's gonna be tagged in there on the IG and, you know, the TikToks and the YouTubes. But bro, I was wondering why people kept staring at me. I had on your hoodie, the skull hoodie with the Lions. I'm like, why do people keep looking at me? I'm like, hi. And I'm like, probably.
Yo.
And I didn't realize until I saw other people with Lions gear on. I'm like, you know, the duality. Just remember, you a human, because I was about to grin people like, what is wrong with you? Like, what's up?
People be sleeping on the designs, man. But I keep telling y'all, I'm one post away, one cosign away.
That's all that it is.
And then
but
what they say? Yesterday's price is not today's price.
There you go.
So catch me.
I believe in supporting others. Truly, I do. And in a organic fashion. And one of the things, his wife and I used to work together. And I remember when he had mentioned that he had a clothing line, I'm like, okay, well, what do you got? And this is one of the first shirts that I bought. And I'm just like, bro.
One of my first designs.
And I love this shirt. Okay, I tell him to make more of them, but he don't go backwards, he don't go forward. I mean, I might get a special or something, you know. It might be something to the pilot lines. We don't see. It's got to be a little bit more inspirational because, you know, I wanted to say some things. I can't say those things. So, you know, I'm gonna think of some inspirational quotes and we might do a potential collab. But I say that to tell you guys, like, don't sleep on the people that are with you from ground zero, because you never know. I didn't know that he was as great as he is in sports and knows all this stuff with the sports. I asked him, would you be on my podcast? He said, yeah. And so voila, we have a sports segment that we do monthly because of a friendship that I forged with his wife. I talked to him more than I talked to his wife because he answered the phone. Okay, I'm gonna say that. So shout out to you, Mrs. Nobody. You need to answer the phone. There's gonna be a clip too. I'm pointing my finger because I'm gonna zoom into my face and stuff. You need to answer the phone, Mo. But that's neither here nor there. Turn it back to Mr. Nobody. Oh, big puppets. I love the big puppets. Come here, big puppets.
All right, so Roger McCreary. I love that signing. I think he is going to be a day one starter. Mark my words on that one.
Okay.
Damone Clark. He had a couple good seasons with Dallas. The last, he kind of fell out of favor when the defensive coordinator changed.
Gotcha.
This is air quotes, the Alex Anzalone replacement. I'm not going to look at it that way. I think that this guy is going to be a solid linebacker because his athleticism is incredible. He's hungry. I think that's going to be another great signing that people are going to talk about like, man, Brad Holmes ate with that one. The one that everyone keeps talking about, Larry Borom came from the Dolphins.
Okay.
He's also a Detroit local.
So the Dolphins are in
Miami.
I was going to say Florida, right?
Yep.
Okay, so he's
coming back home.
Okay.
And allegedly, people are afraid that he is going to be the starter. I honestly don't think he's going to be the starter, but I definitely think he's going to be a way better player than people anticipate that he's going to be.
What would be the concern of him being a starter? What position does he play?
So he is a left tackle.
Okay.
For the beat writers, week 5 through 17, he was one of the highest ranked left tackles in the league. The Dolphins' offensive run game was pretty dang on good with Achane, I guess however you want to say it. So people are a little concerned about that signing because they're afraid that, hey, he may be our starter. I don't think he's going to be our starter.
Gotcha.
And this is going to be a perfect segue to, and I'm going to come back to free agency, but this is going to be a perfect segue to the draft.
Okay.
I think the Lions, their very first pick 17, the draft is in April, I believe. I think their first pick is either going to be Proctor from Alabama.
Gotcha.
Or Spencer Fano from Utah.
Okay. Why so?
Proctor fits the build. He's from Alabama. Usually the best of the best come out of that division.
Okay.
Personally, I think I like Spencer Fano from Utah better. I'm gonna tell you why. He just gives me that dog. Like when you hear Penei Sewell, when you hear him talk, he just has that dog. He just has that very grounded mentality. And when I hear Spencer Fano talk, he talks the same. He actually looks up to Penei. He wants to mirror Penei. He wants to have that dog like Penei. So that makes me feel like when you have that dog in you and you're talking that talk, obviously you have to walk it. But I feel like that may be an underrated draft pick right there, just because it's just something to say that when you got that dog and when you got that fight, that means you're willing to do whatever you need to do to make it happen. So that means if you have to hit the gym all day, every day, that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You have to put in the work. Like you can have all the intangibles in the world, but if you don't perfect your craft, you can still be nothing.
And that is a very true statement. I shared with you that I've been going to the gym, 7 days a week. And, I'm altering that a little bit as the sun comes out because I want to ride my bike. But my mentality is to be active.
Absolutely.
That's what my mentality is to be. So, to do the 10,000 steps a day. I realize like when I get tired, it's not because I'm tired, it's because I'm hungry, because I'm burning so many calories.
Absolutely.
So I got to fuel my body. So I make sure I eat smaller meals throughout the day. But I say all of that to say, like, when you figure out there is an obstacle in your way and you've gotten so great at removing them, you remove those obstacles. You don't see the problem, you remove them. And I trust your judgment when it comes to these people. It's just 50-50. You're going to be right or wrong. That's really how this goes in sports. That's the reason why I'm learning to love it. But I am appreciative to hear how you feel the draft is going to go, because it's going to be an interesting year, in my opinion.
This is going to be a very interesting year from the simple fact, based on all the signings, the free agent signings that Brad Holmes is doing, he's straight up telling us that he's drafting everybody else. I think we have 9 or 10 picks, 1, 2, no 3s. I think we got 2 4s, 2 6s, blah, like that. They start to increase the later in the rounds. I think he's going to straight up try to get younger, rebuild through the draft, that's how the team, and this is the one thing people forget, this is how we got where we are now.
Well, of course.
By building from the draft.
Well, I think people forget. The first line of my book, which is called Dual Infinity, is history proves to be a precursor for the future. So the past shapes the future.
Absolutely.
And oftentimes people forget that what has happened before is going to happen again. There was a World War I. There's a World War II. There may be a World War III. All the wars are is two people having a disagreement. Two leaders of two different countries or continents, and I'll say continents because sometimes people are thinking that they're bigger than they are, having a disagreement. That's really all it is. And sports, I love sports because you can talk trash to somebody without even talking trash to somebody. Like, oh, team suck. That's all you got to do. And you can bond over anything. That's another thing that I bring up. So, yeah, that's all I got. I know you got a little bit more, right?
Yes. So that's what I think. I'm hearing that, still to focus on the draft, I'm hearing that Kirby Joseph may be getting better. If you don't know, Kirby Joseph had a knee injury that's allegedly doesn't have any cartilage in his knee,
geez.
and it's something that can't be repaired, but maybe it can be repaired. Maybe he's going to come back, maybe he's not. Nobody knows. Allegedly, I saw this morning that, he's going to be better. He's going to be 100%. We don't know. So watch out for the surprise draft. The Lions are probably going to draft the safety. You guys may not realize it. Brian Branch may not even be back until October, November. They are going to draft a safety.
Okay.
They are. Even from a depth standpoint, they're going to draft the safety. So this year is, like you said, is truly going to shape the future because we have to knock this one out the park. It can't be none of that. Let's be cute. He has to knock this one out the park because we have our high dollar people. You can't pay everybody.
No, you
so
can't.
You have to
You
make
had that
decisions that's going to affect the future. So that's why I think they're going to rebuild both lines. So I think our second pick is going to be a defensive end. Not sure because the draft is loaded with them. This is the 1 year where offensive and defensive lines are loaded, which I love it. So that means, if Rad's not being too cute and just goes off of film, we should line our first and second round pick should be offensive tackle, defensive end. We should be good to go.
I have two questions about the draft. The placement of the position of people getting to choose is based on what?
Based on, it's based on your record. Then, so the worse your record, the higher you are in the draft, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Higher you pick in the draft. So let's just say if I'm a 1-in-17 team or 1-in-16 team, I'm number 1 or number 2 in the draft.
So where are we at this time?
So we're at 17. So we're at the middle of the pack.
Why?
Based on our record.
Is it over 2 years? 3 years?
No, just the previous season. I do not remember what our record was because it's something I would like to forget.
I don't blame you.
We were the bottom of our division.
Right.
Which means we're going to have one of the best strengths of schedule, which I'm so excited about.
I know you was going to say that.
Yeah, because if people don't remember, the Patriots had the highest, they had the number 1 easiest schedule last year. So that's why they were just skating through people. Right now, I think the Lions are top 3, 4. So that's what happens when you're in the last place in your division. You go against the worst of the worst.
Hallelujah. It's a Sunday.
So this is a year that we truly need to capitalize on our strength of schedule because in the previous years, our strength of schedule was extremely hard.
Gotcha.
You would look at it, we went through a gauntlet of teams like Jesus, like these guys are going against them, them guys.
Week after week, and again, I equate everything to an analogy. If you were tearing up your body, that's what I told you, I'm like, tomorrow's legs. But I may not do legs tomorrow because I did legs today and yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow might be chest. I do gotta make sure I do legs because I don't look like an upside down P.
Definitely don't.
I have a bigger belly and a bigger butt. So,
this would be a year. So, but to round all of this out, here's my hot take. I came across an article this morning that said the best remaining underrated free agents.
Okay.
And this kind of a light bulb went off. Trayvon Diggs. Is it Trayvon? I think it's Tavon.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I believe it's Tavon. Guys, I'm terrible with names.
Doesn't matter.
I remember a face. I can remember you from 15 years ago, but I will not probably remember your name. And I may, one of those awkward things where I'm like, oh, this is my wife. I'll
teach you what to do, okay?
Yeah.
This is what you do. Because this is how it works when you forget someone's name, okay? Hi, yeah. Hi, Mr. Somebody, right?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, no, my name is nobody. They're like, oh, bad. I was talking about your first name.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
You play it off. You got to own the room and play it off. When I forget somebody's name, I'll straight up like, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I don't play the game.
I'm terrible. Names, pronunciations, I'm terrible.
Listen,
but
his heart is in the right place.
Heart is definitely in the right place. So, Trayvon Diggs as has one of the top rated remaining free agents. I think that would be a hell of a signing for the Lions for a couple of reasons. A, he got cut by Dallas.
Now listen, we don't like them boys. The boys don't never be good.
So he got cut by Dallas. Mm-hmm. He got cut by the Packers.
Jesus.
He has something to prove. When he used to be one of the top rated DBs in the league, interception rate was crazy. Lockdown, he had a couple good seasons. So now he needs to prove that he's still that guy.
Gotcha.
The Lions still need depth. I don't care what nobody say. We still need depth. We need somebody that could be a potential diamond in the rough.
Right.
I think that if we could get him in a team-friendly contract, I think that would be a signing. If he still has that dog in him, that would be the signing that people will be like, yo, that was it.
I don't think it goes anywhere. I think that, for instance, last year was a horrible year for me. I laugh because usually the even numbers are great years for me and the odd numbers are just really odd. But I say that to say, like, you may lose sight of who you are, but you don't lose sight of how you are, if that makes sense. So like, it's allergy season, so you don't have to deal with it. Mm-hmm. But your light may dim, but it does not extinguish. It does not go out. Mm-hmm. When you're in the darkness, remember that light only provides you light. It don't provide you warmth. You have to be that fire. You got to have that drive. You have to have that focus to drive and go forward in life. You cannot let... Can I get personal real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, so both him and I went for roles we didn't get, but we not over here moping about it. Guess what? Stuff happens. The universe, if you believe in the universe, God, if you believe in God, Allah, if you believe in Allah. I'm saying all of this to say, like, don't give up. I'm laughing today because jobs I had applied to for my company don't exist anymore. Why? Because it wasn't meant for me. Mm-hmm. I done applied to 13 different roles in the last 4 years that I have not gotten. This has 14. Congratulations, move forward. It's okay to take a pause and regather yourself, but do not give up.
Yep.
Because money comes back, money goes. Change your spending habits. Voila. Be communicative with the people around you. Hey, I can't do this. I'm having a birthday party. I had that conversation with you and I had a conversation with Monty, she in relationship realism. I'm like, y'all getting pizza at my party, like Costco pizza, because I ain't got the money to do that.
Pizza, man, that is slap.
Listen, you do. I had something today. But I say all of that to say, like, figure it out. If you don't have a circle of people who are imbuing you with positivity, and I'm not talking about that toxic positivity, like, it's going to be great every day. That's not what I'm saying. There are going to be days that are bad. Mm-hmm. Find a better group of people. If the only thing that you are having conversations with every day is negativity, you are going to breed negativity. That's all I'm going to say. Like, so these players, they are going to get better because they're learning from their mistakes. The Lions will get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying it's going to be this year or next year's season. I don't know when. I might be 60 years old. I'll be 36 this year. But, I hope it's not that long. But I believe that every life lesson gets you to where you need to go.
Absolutely.
So, that's all I have to say.
And just like what my shirt says, live with purpose.
Amen.
You feel me? As long as you're living with your purpose, there's always a sunrise on the other side. You feel me?
There you
go. I think Diggs could be a pick. Now he has to be willing to negotiate with the money because we ain't got a lot of money to play with.
Sometimes you got to take what you can get to where you want to get because, again, if you have to prove yourself.
Yes.
If you're humble enough to say, you know what, I think this might make more sense because I don't know, cutting don't sound good. Cutting and weight loss sound good, but cut means that you ain't do what you're supposed to do. And then they said, here, right?
Out of here.
So he a free agent? Is that what you say?
Yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent. That means he can go wherever he wants. So, and look, let's not forget, he got to hold down the last name for the family because that's Stefan's brother.
We're going to pause on that one.
Brother.
Lord have mercy.
You see what I'm saying? So let's watch out for that. Brad typically doesn't, he's not too sexy with his picks, but I definitely think that could be a pick that could be like, yo, he did that because we need depth. I think that'd be the one. So if that happens, play smart, give me my props, go on the site, buy some shirts. Matter of fact, if it don't happen, go on the site and buy whatever.
What he said.
Shout out to the brand. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Duality.
Yeah.
And this is just two guys talking. You feel me?
Yeah. And again, we do this monthly. Simply Sports is a monthly episode. So we will get together before or after, probably after. I think it makes more sense to get together for the draft so we can see what worked and what didn't work.
Yeah, nice draft recap.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next month. This has been Duality.
Mr. Nobody.
And this has been Simply Sports. And make sure you follow, like, subscribe the Duality and Love podcast. This right now, you may be watching it, you may be listening to it on your way to work. Help me out, guys. It don't take nothing to support. You just hit the subscribe button and that's it, or the like button. Share it with a friend, somebody who could use this positivity. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. And this has been Duality out.